Hi, everybody. It's Angie Rupert, founder of Rupert Law Group. We handle exclusively E2 and E1 visas, so no matter what treaty country you're from or where you want to be, we can help. Before we get started today, please take a moment to subscribe, touch that little bell to remind you of when new videos are going to be are posted so you can watch. And of course, if you have any friends or family members interested in the E2 or E1 visa, please share these. We would be thrilled to speak with them as well. So today we're going to talk about substantial investment and when to make that substantial investment, most importantly, right? So as an E2 visa applicant, you know that you must invest a substantial amount into your business. But when do you invest? This is a question that comes up a lot, right? So your investment is actually step 2 in the process of the E2 visa application. So let's talk a little bit about that, right? We all know that you need to have a minimum of about $100,000 invested into the E2 visa business. And we know that we have to source those funds, right? So that's actually step 1 is where did these funds come from? Where did you get the money, right? Personal savings? Is it a gift? Did you sell real estate? Did you inherit it? Is it part of a divorce settlement? The list goes on and on. We have different videos about the source of funds, but generally speaking, as long as it is legal and we have the documentation to show it, your source of funds can be almost anything. So once you've got that money, the next step is we are going to want to, after we review everything, of course, you're going to want to move that money into the U.S. company account. And then here's the key. That's when you make the investment, right? And in that investment, an investment does not mean money sitting in a bank account. The investment means the money has been spent. It is at risk, right? That's the really key language when it comes to the laws and regulations regarding the E2 visa. The money has to be invested, meaning spent. It needs to be at risk. You cannot get that money back in the case that this business fails. That's the kind of thing that they're looking for. So once we've sourced all of the funds, and that's something that we kind of always do at the very beginning, then we give you the green light. Okay, it's time to move those funds to the U.S. company account and spend those funds. So a lot of times people who are starting service-based businesses will say, I can move $100,000 to the U.S. company account. That's no problem. How much of that do I need to spend? The answer is all of it. The money that is invested has to be spent. So if you moved $1 million to the U.S. company account and spent $50,000, your investment would be $50,000. They're only going to count what has been invested or spent, meaning money you cannot get back. That is the only part of the funds that are going to be counted toward the investment, okay? So sitting in a bank account does zero. That's nothing. That means nothing. Because their thought is the second you get to the U.S., you can just go to your bank, get the money out, and then you're done, right? There's nothing to say that that's ever going to be at risk. And so they want to see that your invested funds are the spent funds. So when we say you must spend $100,000 or so, or that we recommend you spend $100,000 or invest $100,000, that means spent. So that means as part of the application, we are going to show receipts and invoices plus the company bank statement showing that $100,000 has been spent or so, right? So $100,000 is a guideline. Sometimes it costs more to get a business operational. In those cases, we want to see more than $100,000 worth of investments and invoices plus the bank statement showing that that money has been spent. After you spend the money, we move on to other steps in the application. And at the end, we submit it to the government. So you will spend $100,000 before you even turn documents into the government. So yes, investment means spent. And you will do that as step 2 in part of the E2 visa application process. Once we get through all the steps, we will put the application together and then send it to the U.S. Embassy or Consulate in your home country for adjudication. So hopefully this helps clear up what is investment, when the funds need to be invested, and what counts as part of the investment. Of course, if you have any other questions regarding the E2 visa or the E1 visa, reach out anytime. We'd love to speak with you about your E2 visa.